Welcome back. I'm Bob Perry, and I want to tell you more about my song Solution and the lyrics and things. Sorry, I chop up some. I don't write it down or practice. I'd rather just tell you. Then I walked around and tried to talk to myself about it for an hour to figure out what to say, but I didn't figure out a thing. So here we go. Um, yeah, the solution. In the beginning, it says easily in a mood. Okay, so that's just starting with that. That's probably the majority of us. Depends on where you're at, what you're doing. I'm still easily in the mood for those reasons. Usually, if I'm by myself, I'm dancing, or with my wife. We enjoy our minutes still, in spite of wherever we're at, whatever we're going through. We've learned to at least live in a, you know, in a way of reality that, and trying to have a positive vibe makes a big difference, and those influences affect this song as well. So I know some people are sensitive. They might feel that this song, I call myself a little bitty baby blue, of all things. And it's true. I've been that way, brought up with a lot of things. I've lived like 50 different lives, it feels like. And won't go into any of that right now. But so if you're not easily in a mood and you're already, hey, nothing riles me, I'm so good, then you get to hear this song from a different perspective. But those who think that's too rough, you just don't, little bitty baby blue, it's too much. Well, I know kindness is, the best idea to help anyone. Just be kind. I agree. And sometimes awareness, though, needs a little shove on some things. So maybe for the first time somebody hears the songs, I wrote it in a way that maybe they'd hear that easily in a mood. And is that me? Am I like a baby blue in this song? And if so, if they realize that one thing, that's the beginning of hope for them to maybe do the internal work and the things that are needed for the next main line is the solution, how it is within you. So if the solution is inside of us, there are many of us who we get where we do our thinking and we look at others, the ones we hang out with, maybe work with, and how do they view us, and we start to form what and who we are and what we even believe off of their beliefs. I'm just going to join in. Obviously it's not a great idea. So if you're used to thinking that way, my song that's wrote with a full scale of ask me what that line means. Somebody hears it, what's that even mean? It's hogwash. Unless they contemplate and decide that what that line means. I have new Facebook friends in Guyana and all kind of places all over the world. And if you ask them, what's your solution short term for today and this week? Is there something making you easily in a bad mood? What is it? Well, if you knew that answer, which it takes a little work, get to work. It takes, if you know that answer, then you can start to work toward solution. Maybe it's temporary, maybe it's got to go on and on. But what's going on over there in Guyana I'm over here. It's not the same. So what's this song mean to them? Doesn't exactly mean the same to me. So you can't look to someone else and what do you think about this song? I don't even have the answers for that, and I wrote it. Taken from other information, I've been trying to learn, and learn, because didn't do a lot of that in my former years. So my apologies to anybody in the world that I've hurt somehow along the way by my stupidity. I'm working to do better. I might be a laughing stock to many, and if so, happy to make you laugh. And excuse me. So those lyrics are so broad. What it means to somebody in California, to somebody on anywhere else, it's just different. Everyone's going through different things. So I can't tell you what that means. I wrote it that way on purpose because I wanted it to fit every person alive in their own personal way. And it can do that, but it takes a certain person that actually knows how to look internally instead of always externally at others. So some are on such defense that they might hear the lyric and they just feel like it's about them, and they boil up. So you're saying I'm the problem? That kind of logic, all the way to anything in between. So if someone primarily is living in a negative attitude, complain, whatever, and they hear that lyric, I have wrote a horrible song, because their view of whatever that is, they might not even get to it because of their wall. If they're over that wall, their view will be negative. So if somebody really wanted to put in the work and get the work inwardly, a lot can happen. You never know. In the sounds of silence. Many can't even sit still for a minute in this day and age. So I've been one of them. So working on things. And so obviously, who's the manager of your life? We need to know that often you can give your service to everyone else, and I won't even go into that line today for time's sake. But it's a good line. If you've made it, means nothing if you hadn't made it through the first, solution part. It'll mean little, at least. So as it moves into changing your world, again, it's all contingent on can you put in any internal work. Otherwise, you'll be looping around in constant trouble ish, or at least baby blue all your days. So we want to do better. I'm trying to do better. I actually some might be sad, but I actually feel more spiritual than I ever have before, in a certain way. I feel elevated from all my previous lifetimes. So I don't know where it'll go. I don't know what kind of music I'll continue to make. Started this one out with my regular low voice, and it would have fit a country song better probably, but I couldn't. I was fumbling to make music. So I took what was a grand piano, and I chopped it up, manipulated the waveforms, the sound waves, and made these little tension noises that I thought they sound good and still do. And but then on the who are you, that part, I tried to get a good guitar. I couldn't master that with what I had. Maybe someone else could. I'm not saying it ain't in there. So I sang along with it. It was a practice compensation song, but I love my lyrics because they can be a key to just being real. Because if you don't put in your internal work and learn who you actually are, instead of picking out an image that you think you fit into, if you don't do that, you won't really know who you are, and it'll be harder for you to be a whole person just enjoying life. We're really meant, if you're listening to this right now, then we can have gratitude that we're alive. Well, I might not be. The video goes on and on. Anyways, you're listening to it. And we should have gratitude that we're alive, and look for positive things. Bad things are going on, obviously, but hey, we try to live above that. And this song encourages, if something needs changed, to know that you are the manager of your life, and you can make changes as you need to. Even if you're young and you're in a bad family, use your mind, be still, and don't be afraid to work on yourself internally, and always be kind. And it's a good thing to analyze yourself and your actions now and then. I've been off-wired most of my life, and finally, age 50, in my 50s, I started to learn some things, but it took jogging. I probably wouldn't have never got it if somebody didn't expose I was a baby. Even though I was hurting, I still hurt and suffer from spinal cord tumor, or a past one. But I've been getting better, finally winning over, growing young, I feel like, but I still hurt. Not a victim. I have lots to say, and they're my story. And I hope that's not playing a victim. I don't understand those things. However, I'm in a good place and happy to be in a good place. And I'm proud of the song. And so when we're looking for the solution, for those looking for, well, what could improve since I'm not living in at least a neutral zone where you're not negative all day. If you learn what that is, and then it is about you doing that kind of work. In the latter part of the song, when it says it's not all about you, it's a lifestyle of living in a way that it's not all about you, but it is about you, and working on yourself and myself. So maybe it'll never be a popular song. I don't know. I'm proud of it, and no matter what else I make, I'm thinking of doing in the future someone else's song so we can get vocal perspective, because vocalists like to hear other vocals. Musicians, they want to hear, well, good music, and then how can I play that? They always want to do that. Singers always, can I hit that note? And so it goes. So I think I laid down great vocals. I love my message, as you could tell. Even though it's so vague, it's up to you on what it means, really. You have to tell me, and I hope that you do sometime. Maybe. And, well, that probably wraps it up anyways. That's for the moment. But I appreciate all of you. If you took time to listen, thank you so much. I hope you appreciate my song. I have no idea what kind of songs I'm going to do in the future. This one developed into what it did. And depending on what level, when you hear it, people think all kind of things in this song. If you view it very negatively, it's on you. If you can't handle thinking of a little bitty, pull up them britches and get over that. So let's do our work and